Hey guys, MacGuffin here with another high-level StarCraft 2 game from the MLG Winter Arena. And today we're going to be seeing a Terran vs Terran on Antiga Shipyard, and it is going to be between the blue Terran, Slayers Ganzi, and Anonymous. Which is actually, I have it on good authority, is actually MVP, according to what the replay said. It could be Anonymous. I guess they might have been done attacking Scientology and decided to play StarCraft instead. Probably a better way to spend their time, actually. A bit more productive, a bit more educational, a lot more fun, and definitely get better results. So what are we going to be seeing on a map like this? Of course, this is the MLG version of Antiga, so we've got no gold minerals, so no sneaky mules are going to come up here. And we do have the low ground as supply depot, and of course it's cross spawns. You sort of know where your opponent's going to be, and you can usually build a safe build. We do see the in-base supply depot, so no wall in for Ganzi, who sort of reminds me of, what Muppet was it? The one with the big nose? Gonzo? Well, I guess actually, no, I guess their names don't really, aren't that similar at all. Maybe I just have some form of autism. Anyway, we are seeing, what do we have here? There's no barracks in the base, so it looks like you'd be doing a proxy ranks. It's a bit unusual. MVP is, of course, a lot more prestigious player than Ganzi. A lot more tournament wins and some really big wins behind the MVP. So doing this is usually it's the underdog player that does something crazy because they sort of feel uncomfortable. Do see Ganzi is now just getting down his barracks, and that looks like a 14 racks. I don't know, I think he could pull something off here. The barracks will probably finish, well, MVPs will finish a little bit sooner. We get a few more units out. Although if Ganzi does scout this, he can probably just get a bunker up and he'll probably be fine. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Depends what he gets out of the barracks, really. He could, actually, if he's getting a fact, no, he doesn't have double gas. What you can do a cute move is you can get the tech lab here and then get a starport and get really proxy banshees. I think that's unlikely though. He is getting the tech labs. Is he going to be a marauder or a reaper? I suppose either or could really do well. Ganji's only really going to have marines out here, and marines probably a bit better versus marauders than they are against reapers. So I would say that reapers are probably a better choice. Although we do see a factory coming down. And no, Reapers beat Hellions as well, don't they? So Reapers would be the good choice. We'll have to wait and see. Looks like he is building a Marauder, so I guess I was wrong. Guess he knows what he's doing, so if he wins this game, then shame on me. Tech Lab now coming down for Ganzi, and he's getting it off one Marine, so this move's going to be very strong. He's only going to have one Marine until this is finished. He can probably get a couple of Hellions out and maybe do some harass. But it's going to be really weak. If he gets 2 or 3 Marauders out, he could potentially do so much kiting. Of course, he is getting that concussive shells, and oh, he knows. He knows. And now that's forcing MVP to come out with that Marauder early. He probably wanted to wait until he had 2 or 3, but he's now leaving now. And the bunker is going down, and I think if he pulls SCVs, he'll probably be fine. We do see the Hellion coming out. Of course, Hellion's not very good against Marauders. Of course, Marauders don't do that much damage to Hellions either. I think it takes 9 shots from a Marauder to kill a Hellion. They do 10 damage versus non-armored. And those SCVs, looks like he's going to lose a few. Oh, maybe they'll get away. Well, if he gets away, 1 kill, 2 kills, yeah, it's not doing too bad. Depends how he follows up with this. Is he going to continue to cheese, or is he going to change into something else? It looks like he's getting a factory up, so he could be going into something like Banshees, or sort of to counter the cheese. But we do see Ganji's going for the Banshee actually, and oh, there's a really tight collection of buildings. They're like fitting together perfectly like Lego. We do see now that Hellion is just going to escape, and 2 Marauders left, and it looks like he's being a bit clever with his Hellion, just trying to get a few kills, but doesn't look like he will. And now he's getting that Reaper, and of course that Reaper will be able to go around the old bunker, circumvent it, the old reach around, and go around into the back and start attacking. We do see the command center is now coming up for MVP, so he looks like he's trying to expand out of this. He's getting a starport, but looks like no tech lab yet, so it could just be for his medevacs and Vikings. Of course, you'll need some Vikings to take out these Banshees once they start coming out. So this is the first Banshee, and actually this Reaper might have seen the Banshees, so that could actually give him the tell that he needs. After all that harass though, it looks like he killed about 6 workers, and he's about 3 supply ahead, so it was alright. It wasn't that effective. He is leaving that tech lab behind, and of course Ganji could actually use that if he wants. If you play Brood War, you know you can steal add-ons. But how much kills is this Banshee going to get? It's time to make back on those kills. He's got 1 so far. starting to even out a bit, and those SCVs are not running at all. They're just trying to repair each other. They're just holding hands through this trying time in their lives, trying to get through it with their little sewing circle or prayer meter or whatever it is. And it looks like that Ganzi is actually going to take out the more SCVs now, so he's now getting really ahead. He's down to about 7 supply ahead now, and 9 kills in that thing. But here we have the Viking is now in. There we go. And that Viking is not even going to have to chase the Banshee. He's just going to go straight for as many kills as he got. And he killed quite a lot of SCVs there, 14. Of course, we do see he's now following up with a little bit of a push. This is a bit of a cute push. It has a few Marines, a tank, and a Hellion. This bunker is actually very well placed though. Of course, he hasn't got his natural yet, but he's just about to. And with that high ground advantage, he should be fine. The tank probably doesn't have siege mode yet. It doesn't look like it. So yeah, he should be fine. And of course, Ganzi doesn't really have anything to start the high ground, so even if he had siege mode, he wouldn't be able to really set it up or anything. But what do we have from these players? We do see a tech lab coming down, so it looks like he might be countering with some Banshees of his own, which seems like a pretty good idea. Although, looks like Ganzi has switched that tech lab onto his factory, so there's no more Banshees for him, just going to get Vikings out. And I suppose some medevacs as well. And loses that Hellion. Bit of bad control there. Of course, you have to go up the ramp and you have to take a bit of a risk there. He's got a small group of units coming out of home, and this is interesting actually. MVP is getting a Raven, and that's, of course, it can help him against Cloak, but it also has very useful abilities by itself. It could throw down the old point defense drone, could throw down some auto turrets, so they're actually really good units, and not enough people build them. We do see these 2 Vikings are now coming in, and actually just going back to that point defense drone, MVP only has 1 Viking, although if he throws down the point defense drone, his 1 Viking should be able to beat these 2 Vikings. And this is a bit cute. Going back into harass some SCVs, Ganzi is he gonna land his Vikings? Yeah, he is. Great move by Ganzi. This is something we don't see very often, and looks like he's gonna get a bunch of SCV kills here. These Vikings are just living up to their name. They're raiding the units, and of course, if these lift up, the Viking of MVP will get the first shot. But it looks like he's going to take out a lot of damage. These Hellions aren't very good versus Vikings. Vikings are armored, they're not light. He's forced to land his 1 Viking, and actually, Ganzi's Viking is going to take out the other Viking, so it's continuing to harass. And he isn't moving in the front as well. He just dropped down a auto turret, although it looks like his army is going to get cleaned up. Those Hellions, although this Viking has got 7 kills already, and he's forced to retreat his units for now. And see, the thing about Vikings is when they first were imagined and in the beta, everyone thought that they were going to be really, really bad, like the Mutalisks of StarCraft 2. Of course, the Mutalisks of StarCraft 2 are the Mutalisks, and the people would be doing that all day, every day. But unfortunately, they don't do it as much as we should see it. Looks like he's landing small Vikings, and these are probably just to soak up damage because he wants his tank in doing most of the damage. He is moving away his Viking, and he's going to lose it. That Viking potentially very useful. Could drop another auto defense turret. Yep, he does. And is he going to be able to clean up this army? Looks like his tank is going back and forth a bit. Looks like those Marauders are the really dangerous part of this army, but look, they're going to go down, and Ganzi's really taking this game. He's about 30 supply up, and it looks really bad for MVP. And he's going to lose a lot of SCVs here, and no counter-attack on the map, and he's continuing to rally units in. He does have this 1 Raven, but he's not really able to do anything with it. It's got no energy. So there's a lot of SCVs getting killed there. It looks like 39 SCVs killed, so Snowball's chance of MVP winning this. Looks like he's sticking in there though, so might be something in here yet. So maybe he's gonna go harass with his Viking. Of course, he can drop those turrets down in his mineral line, and that's really annoying. They're so strong actually. If he can get enough for 2, then probably could potentially lose quite a bit of SCVs. Looks like Ganzi is got a bit of a soft container outside the the way out of Ganzi's base, MVP's base, so no units are going to get by. Does he have units at home though? He doesn't look like he does. He's rallying everything over there, so he wants to finish this game. He knows he's killed a lot of SCVs, and he doesn't want the mule advantage. Well, they've got two orbitals to 2 orbitals, so not really an advantage there. Is he going to be careful with this? Oh, he needs to watch out for the missile turret, and he does lose that, so is this auto turret going to get any kills? It looks like he's going to rally the SCVs in, and usually you want to put these auto turrets between the minerals, or where they can't get a complete surround, but they do get a complete surround, and looks like he cleans that up quite well. Viking is continuing to scout in the base, and being overall decks, just taking out units. And looks like Ganji's going to want to go in and finish this game now. MVP looks like he's got a bit of a tank advantage though, and those tanks are very useful. Of course, if they've got siege tech, they'd be even more useful. And is he researching it? Doesn't look like it. But I mean, Ganji's just so ahead in this game. MVP is a great player, but I don't think he can beat this army. I think it's going to go down very quickly, and yep, there we go. The Viking forced to lift up and retreat, although he probably harassed with a bit more. And that's sort of... MVP doesn't really want to leave his base because this Viking will just go around and get some more kills. And he's lost so much economy already, he's already literally half supply down. We just see Ganji continuing to control the map. Looks like he's going to try and take out that scouting barracks, although I'm wondering if he's just using the scout through. He was hoping to go back here and go back onto that add-on and do some more shenanigans. Probably not though. So we do see a bit of a push from MVP here. He is coming out with his tank army, and he's still about half supply down. He's 52 supply to 104 supply, and it's like David versus Goliath at the moment. Of course, MVP is probably considered the better player and the bigger player, but at the moment he's very small and weak versus this Terran army. Although a lot of the suppliers in the SCVs. You have to remember that. We do see it is 20 SCVs to 70, but MVP has more tanks. He doesn't have any Vikings though, so the siege tank versus siege tank is deployed. He'll always have the air control and he'll be able to see them, and that's really a big advantage in Terran versus Terran. So we do see his little mech army is now coming in, and he is starting to siege up. They're not going to be in range of anything really useful. And once he's going, actually, this could be it. This looks like a lot of units going in. He's bringing all his SCVs in. Well, it's got to let some at home. But that's the way you want to do it. You need to use them to bulk up the damage from the other units. And with this ramp, I think the Slayers Ganzi is going to be very hard. And oh, he's going into the tank range, and he's going to lose a lot of tanks here. He does get sieged up though. Oh, but the SCVs are now coming in, and actually, it looks like is MVP actually going to win this? He's only got one tank left, effectively, and I don't know if this is actually possible that he can win this. But he is at 36 supply to 113. But he looks like he's winning at the moment. And we see some mules dropping down now, so he should probably win. We do see also a Banshee coming out, and there's nothing that attacks up for our Red Terran, so I'm afraid this Banshee is going to win the game for Ganji. But that's such a great counterattack. He really gave him a run for his money there. Almost did it, but unfortunately lost the air advantage, and that's sort of important in tank versus tank. The Banshee comes out and that sort of screws up your entire day. A bit like the Wraith in Brood War. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and see you next time.